Jasmine Crockett is dropped in Epstein bombs on those Republicans who's eliminating her district. Yes. She is dropping them left and right. I love it. I love her. Here's the deal. And listen to the end. My name is Darren Monroe. I worked on Kamala Harris's campaign, one of tens of thousands, as part of the engagement committee. And of course, I've had 30 years marketing, branding experience in music and film. And these days, what I do is run a clarity group that helps people understand what's going on, taking them from chaos to clarity. And at the same time, if you want to join that group, click the link in the description, click the link in my homepage and join, because I'm going live tomorrow on Saturday, or today on Saturday, and you will absolutely love it, because I'm going to take you from chaos to clarity, have you have more clarity on what the heck is going on in your life. So let's go. First of all, Jasmine is fighting left and right for her career and for the people she represents, because she's getting redistricting out, or they're trying to. So she's been working with the people who protest down in Austin. She's also been working with the Democrats, the Texas Democrats, who've been fleeing the state, running to Illinois and New York for safety. Here in Illinois, big shout out to J.B. Pritzker here in Illinois. And I want to tell you right now, she dropped an Epstein bomb. Now listen to the end. Here's the deal. The Epstein bomb came down to this. And she's an attorney. Remember, she's good at this. She's brilliant at this, right? Not just the butch body comments against MTG, but she's really brilliant, on point. I really wish that they would support her more in the traditional Democratic Party and her in AOC, which are brilliant. Because she galvanizes media in a way that we need to fight back against Trump. Here's what she said. She said, listen, it's really interesting how they want to get the FBI involved in searching for these 30 Texas Democrats, while at the same time, all of you won't even reveal what's going on with Epstein's files. Boom! But it gets better. She said, it's interesting. You will protect predators, or you will protect, she said deviants, but you know what she meant. Predators who are basically doing what they're doing in Epstein and this whole community that Trump has, but at the same time, you won't back the very people who need representation in the state. You won't back the people who need representation, trying to take your representation, which is 66%, up to 79%. I have the highest respect for what she does. I think she's brilliant. I think Jasmine's brilliant. That's coming from me. And at the same time, I think she's going to be a force to be reckoned with, whether she has a position or not. I said this months ago, that she's going to become the Texas Stacey Abrams, even if she gets redistricted out and take out. The other thing is, and I've heard other people chime in on this, they said they're going to vote for her anyway, regardless of what district she in. They're going to get her. They're going to support her. Here's what I want you to understand. These people who are fighting on the forefront, I really want you to understand from the deepest heart of me, is that the biggest challenge that people have is what they are communicating consistently in a narrative, to capture the narrative, to move forward. See, here's how Trump knows. Trump doesn't care about the fight, nor does his Republicans who support him care about the fight. And by the way, this is another big thing that Jasmine did before I go into this. She called out the Texas governor about Texas listening to someone from New York. She went cultural, because that really is a big thing. In fact, remember the old commercials, New York City? Remember when they had that sauce they used to sell, New York City? There's a thing. Texas, don't mess with Texas. We ain't listening to no New Yorkers. And now you got the Texas governor kissing all up the butt of the New York president. She went there. But what I want you to understand is the important thing about these movements is not just the movement, it's the narration and marketing and the branding of the movement. Because, and this is coming from, again, 30 years marketing, branding for films, music, the famous people here in Chicago and abroad. I want you to understand something. This is the biggest thing that you got to pay attention to in this movement. You got to support the sharing of messages like this video. Thank you very much for those who like and subscribe and comment. Liking this video and other videos that are talking with the perspective of the liberal narrative. Because what Trump is interested in is erasing that narrative. How do we know? Well, I want to mention this again. The man was brilliant. Yes, I said Trump and brilliance. The man was brilliant at covering up the No King's Day, June 14th, almost a month ago, June 14th. He was brilliant at covering it up by saying, I might bomb Iran. I'm kind of going to bomb Iran. I believe I'll bomb Iran. Boom, I bombed Iran. He took over the entire synergy of 2,000 events and 10 million people protesting with 20 countries supporting that protest. What I want you to understand is that he is brilliant at grasping the narrative, and we have to get better at grasping the narrative. That's why I'm talking about this all the time, around the clock, with everything going on with the Texas Democrats, everything going on with Epstein. I want you to grasp that this is important to get. And this is the type of thing I'm teaching them. I'm talking live later today at 7 p.m. Central. Definitely join my clarity group. I'm trying to tell all of y'all the real truth, the real deal truth. You need to hear what's actually happening. Dig this. It's so important to understand that Trump is a brilliant tactician at narrative warfare. Narrative means he controls the narrative. He don't care about the movement, whether it wins or loses. He cares about the narrative. Think about it. He had the weak-ass event on June 14th. He looked like a chump, a sucker, a fool. Went off on Hegseth about it because he knew he looked like a chump, sucker, fool. But then what did he do that was brilliant? I might bomb Iran. You see, before it was Epstein, it was, let's cover up the No King's Day. Let's cover up what's happening with the big, beautiful BS bill at night where they're voting so nobody knows about it. You know, just real sneaky shit. Because he knows that if he can get you looking at Alcatraz, alligator Alcatraz, $400 million plane, you're going to miss the narrative of what he's doing behind the scenes. It's not just Epstein. This has been happening for 28 weeks we've gotten through. And I want you to understand, the more we can latch onto the narrative, not just for Epstein, but for everything, damn thing else, that's the bigger picture. And in this fight that Jasmine Crockett is doing, she's making sure that she's on point, on words with the Texas Republicans as well as with the national Republicans and the fight and what it stands for and how, oh yeah, you guys can send FBI after Texas Democrats who hadn't broke any law, but you mean to tell me you're going to not send send FBI after them, but you're not going to send FBI to really investigate what really happened with Epstein. And now no matter what you release, we're not going to believe you, and you're redacting the president's name. You're breaking the law all over the freaking place. And she's in them on it. And she is the reason why we should have had her as, and her or AOC as the Oversight Committee, because they are killing it. They're killing it. They're killing it. And what I really get frustrated with is I just don't believe that Hakeem Jeffries is the best minority leader. I don't believe that Chuck Schumer is the best minority leader for Senate. But the problem is that nobody's fighting them out of that minority position. We got weak leadership in the Democratic Congress. Now, notice what I said, Democratic Congress. Who are the real gangsters in Democrats? The Democratic governors. The Democratic governors, including, shout out, here in Chicago, Illinois. Shout out to J.B. Pritzker. Shout out to Kathy Hochul. And, of course, Gavin Newsom and DeWitt up in Michigan and the whole. Oh, they're 23. They've been fighting and winning for us. And I got to repeatedly yell their praises, as well as the attorney generals. They opened up a grand jury on Letitia James. They've been trying to investigate her for the last 6 months, ever since she opened her mouth. And because she's going after Trump's organization. It's politicized. She's going after Trump's organization. She's cracking down, as she should. And what I want you all to understand is the bigger picture. The bigger picture is that we have a scenario right now where we are fighting in the midst of democracy. But the biggest thing that we have to do beyond democracy and autocracy, beyond taking a colonic from the left alarmists, as I said in the previous videos, binge watch the next 10 videos I got. Binge watch them, binge watch them, binge watch them. And then we're also fighting another scenario right now. We're fighting the ideology of narrative warfare and how he's coming with narrative warfare. If we can take on narrative warfare, if we can take on this ideology, we win. We win. Just stay cool. Just stay cool. Stay focused, people. Remember what it's really about. So definitely, did I earn your subscription here? If so, thank you. Here we go. Also, definitely check out my playlist here on YouTube and binge watch the last 10, 20 of my videos. Binge watch them. I'm telling you, you will get a good vibe for what's going on. And if you're already doing that, great. The next step of this is making sure you click the link in my description on the homepage of my YouTube and join my clarity group. It's all about the fight. You need to be going from clarity to chaos. And it's all about you having a better mindset, because the most powerful thing Trump has is not his billions of dollars. It's not his meme. I'm going to wrap it up like this. The most powerful thing this man has is the free space he rents in your head. Evict his ass.